Well, good morning, guys. Aaron Walker coming to you live. Guess from where? You know where I'm at. I'm on the Greenway, Station Camp Greenway in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I'm pretty fired up. We've got 51 men flying in from all over the country today to be involved in the mastermind. And it is going to be an epic event. I rented out Evans Mill just outside of Nashville, and we're going to gather for 3 days, and we're going to have a blast. We're going down tonight to watch the Preds beat the Blues. Little hockey match. We're going to go to the fights and watch a hockey game break out. And then we're going to leave tomorrow, go to Evans Mill, and just have a blast. We're doing what's called Come As You Will Be in 2020. Each guy's going to give a presentation as to what his life would look like at the end of the next 36 months. So man, we're fired up. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to be involved with that. Guys, I'm looking for you. Going to get up there early tomorrow and prepare and get ready. Some of you come up and join me. I want to talk to you about how to get your children involved professionally. Now, we all like to make money, and that stuff's good, and but let me tell you, one of the biggest blessings of my entire life is being able to get my children involved. Brooke and Holly have been either working in one of our retail outlets or other businesses since they were old enough. And when you say old enough, I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. They would come to the stores and sweep and clean up. Then they graduated into sales. Things went from there. So I won't walk you through the whole process. We even started a company called Rec Law. That's Walker spelt backwards. I couldn't think of anything else in my late 20s and early 30s, so I spelt my name backwards. And we started a real estate company. And the girls were owners, partners in that business. We'd go buy a little piece of property, fix it up. And when we sell it, we'd divide the profits. And they were like, man, I'm kind of digging this. This is fun. Well, after they got married, we started another company. And that company was called Wickby, What It Could Be. So we would buy something, fix it up, rehab it, and sell it, and they make a little money. My point in telling you this is if you start them young and early, they learn how to take care of themselves rather than you just giving them money. Then they appreciate what they have. Now I've got 2 champion daughters that are very responsible. They're involved. I even get the privilege now of working with them every day. They each have an office at our office, and we're having a blast. They're killing it. They're doing a good job. But many of you are doing the same thing. John Vandermeulen's out there in Colorado. He's starting an e-commerce business with his children. Eric Gonya, he's another one. He's teaching his children how to do business. Jamie Slingerland, his little son Diego, they have an Etsy store where they're selling stuff online. They're teaching their children to do business, and it is phenomenal, I'm telling you. Let me give you a couple of other little perks for doing this. Some of you guys have young children. This won't apply to you yet, but it will. If they own part of the company, they're managers, you can pay them a salary. Then when they start driving or they go to college, you can pay them a manager's salary for helping operate the business. They can pay for their own car. They can pay for their own gas, their own insurance, their own college tuition, and it's taxed at their rate and not yours. You know, there's a lot of ways to look at this. It's not only beneficial for teaching the children, but it's beneficial financially. You start taking their rate, which oftentimes is 0 or less, they even get money back at the end of the year, versus your rate, and then you pay their expenses. A lot of benefits in it just financially, but the bigger benefit is you get to do things with your children. Some of you don't have children. You say, I don't have any children. Well, something else that I did that was fun years ago, there were 3 young men at our church, young guys. They were 17, 18 years old. I went to them and said, hey, I see something in you. Let's form a partnership, and I want to teach you how to buy property. I knew their dads well, and they were great guys. We formed a company called CMAC. Cody, Michael, Aaron, and Chris. And we went out and bought a little condo here locally. They got involved in the process, the negotiation. They went to the closing. They got involved in sweeping, painting, changing the carpet. And then a couple of years later, we sold it and made some money. Well, those guys have gone on to do awesome. Not because of me, but because they learned a skill and they learned how to do it. You can invest in people and teach them. A lot of you guys out there have plenty of money. Some of you don't. You can start out small and do it the way I was teaching you earlier. Some of you guys have the option to go out and invest in some kids like I did and change their life, change the things and the way that they process and do things. Maybe their parents weren't business people. Maybe they weren't entrepreneurs, but you are, and you can help them. I want to tell you something. The benefits of doing this with your children is crazy. I get the privilege now of having a staff meeting every Monday with my two daughters. We get to talk about the business and what's going on. We get to talk about our families. We get to pray together at every one of those meetings for our families and for our business and what we're doing. And it's awesome to be able to hang out with your grown children in the break room and drink coffee and have lunch together and then go on about doing business. I'm going to leave you with a funny story. 2 weeks ago, I went in, I was snappy, I was fired up, and they said, you got to calm down. We got to get this meeting. And so I was firing away, telling things I wanted to get done. And Brooke leaned over and looked at me and she said, Dad, just to be perfectly honest with you, this meeting would run a lot smoother if you weren't here today. I've never been fired from my own meeting. My own oldest daughter fired me from my own meeting. So you know what I did? I got up and said, you're totally qualified, and I left the room. So anyway, it's just a little fun story. But there are tons and tons of benefits to getting to work with your children. But you're not going to get to do that if you don't teach them. Somebody else is going to snatch them up, hire them, train them, take them away from you. But if you want to invest in your life, not just financially, invest in your children. And I promise you the benefits are immeasurable. I want you guys to do that today. Do something small. It doesn't take a lot of money. Start a little e-commerce business. Get on Amazon. Do something small. It doesn't matter. Do the little Etsy store like I was talking about that Jamie Slingerland is doing with his son, Diego. Whatever you do, just spend time with them. Teach them how to do things. Teach them how to make money. Teach them how to take care of people. Build their character. It is a blast. And I'm telling you, you can do it too. If you know anybody that has children, share this with them. Hopefully, they'll be able to go out there and start some little small business of their own also. Hey, as we leave today, there are 3 people I want to reach out to and say thank you for how hard they've worked recently. First is my daughter, Brooke. She has killed herself over the past 2 months getting things ready for Evan's meal. Holly, my daughter, is working with us on a project, and she is absolutely working her fingers to the bone, doing an awesome job. And then my assistant, Romley. Romley lives in the Philippines. She's a team member, and she is rocking it. And I am so grateful today that we have people on our teams that are killing it for the benefit of you from the top. You guys are awesome. Man, I can't wait to see you guys, 51 of you, Evan's Meal. Let's go have a great time. You guys have a great day. Aaron Walker coming to you live from the Greenway. Go invest in your children professionally. The dividends are awesome. Have a great day. We'll see you.